Hi, welcome back to Mystify. And yeah, in my last video, I think we covered these topics: kill, alert, and contact points. Now I'm going to show you how you can do all of it in one go, right? With just the automation script. And when I say IaC, infrastructure as a code, then it means I'm using one of the popular infrastructure as a code tool that is called Terraform. And if you like to know how Terraform works, how to enable Terraform, you can go to the videos or the playlist of the Terraform I already have. And this is the repository you can refer to. And I have included Grafana as well, right? And you can also walk through if you like to know how it works and what is it about. You can go to the YouTube walk through. Read me in the read me section. You will get that link. Uh, if it is not here, then I'll include that link here as well. So, but there is a playlist where I have included all of it. These are the uh, modules you can look at. Okay, today our focus is on Grafana, so we'll cover Grafana. So what all we have here is, let me walk you through from bottom to top. uh, Variables.tf, and it has nothing but the variables define what region you would like to enable your. So whatever we have done manually here, right, I have terminated this instance. I now have nothing here. Okay, it's terminated. Now what we are going to do is to provision EC2 instance, and we won't do any extra step to configure and install Grafana. It would be done by default. And how it works, I'll let me walk you through now. AMI ID is the image of the machine it's going to pick up. Suppose we launch manually, so we also get AMI here, right? If we are choosing Amazon Linux, then this is the AMI ID for that. So what I did is I just copied and pasted it into the file variables.tf. Okay. Instance type, what instance type you would like to choose, the configuration, okay, and how you would like to this instance to be accessible. So default is the public, open to public, because I am not into any enterprise environment. This is my personal account, just for this demo videos, and this is how it has been made from beginning. This is the outputs.tf, the second file. It is nothing but post provision. What would you get? Just for our ease, we would get public IP, and we would also get the URL. We only need to just click that URL or copy paste the URL into the browser, right? This is what we covered. We manually provision it like this. So that's how we can enable Grafana through Terraform. But main file is this one, where we are actually creating resources referring the variables .tf values. Okay, so region, again, provider, which it, because we are working for AWS, we are launching EC2 instance, so provider is AWS. If you are doing it on Azure, then provider should be Azure. And since it is AWS, so rest of the resources are only AWS. So the reason I choose default, because I already have VPC. If you don't have VPC created, you can name it like this. When you create new resource, you do like this, right? Grafana and all, it is already created, so default is true. Okay. And subnets, again, since I already have VPC subnets in the default VPC, so it's referring to that. This is the security group. It's creating a different security group, not using the default security group. I mm, should have used default, but I don't want to touch that. So I have created a new security group, Grafana SG, wherein I have inbound rules. I don't need to have 80, because my application is running on 3000 okay. And this is the outbound for all traffic. And this is where I am creating an instance, and in my instance name would be Grafana. uh, The resource name would be Grafana. If I have the tags enabled, then that instance name would be replaced by, uh, I mean, this name will be replaced by that tag name in the tag. So this is what where I referred with AMI ID from the variables dot. So when we write var dot AMI, that it means whatever AMI ID is in the variable file, it is referring to that. Subnet ID, it is again referring to what we have defined in the above AWS subnets, right? And it's referring to VPC default group, and this is nothing but the ID here. And last but not the least, key name. So since I already have key pair created, make sure you also should have key pair enabled first. This is where you can go and create the key pairs, right? And this is my user data. So when this instance will be provisioned, it will pick at the boot time, it will pick all of these steps and need do whatever is needed here. Okay, so this is the entire script wherein we are installing Grafana server. We are uh, doing the proxy enable here, and some dashboard provision sample dashboard, it's going to get created. EC2 metrics, it's getting it from the JSON file, and this is the tag I was referring, Grafana EC2. So my instance name would be replicating like that. So this is a small main.tf file for Grafana, just to have one EC2 instance up and one Grafana install on it. So this is based on my based on the public subnet. So it would in your environment, if you're doing it on the enterprise level, then should be private subnet. Okay. All right. So I already have cloned this repo to my local. So I'm going to directly open this, and now I'll say Terraform in it. So before doing the plan and apply, sorry, before doing the plan and apply, we should initiate the Terraform here in the directory. Let's see what it does. So it's getting all the required dependencies and files for AWS, since we chose the provider AWS from in the main.tf. So this is the folder I already have in my local, right? So it has been successfully initialized. How you can configure Terraform, again, you can walk through, or you can watch the Terraform videos, the playlist you can refer. The very first video would enable you to configure the Terraform instructions, right? Now, next command we usually run is Terraform plan, just to see what it's going to do next. Okay, so it has some plan: two to add, zero to change, zero to destroy. And what are those two things? It would create Grafana SG, and it would create the resource here, EC2 instance. Okay, with all these parameters that we have defined: AMI ID, instance type, region, right? You can customize as per your need, but for me, I have just customized it with these values. And now I'll do Terraform apply. Now it will ask me whether I am okay to proceed. Yes, because I've already reviewed the Terraform plan structure, and I see that it's going to create what I already have defined, and what I need to do. So let's wait for a second. Okay, it has been created. See, it has been created very quickly, but it might not work on browser because instance must have been created but not initialized completely. So let me copy this, open browser, come here, paste it. And let me refresh this EC2 console and see what do we have. So it's currently initializing. It's not yet initialized. All right. So this is the name what we have defined in the tags. So it's getting it from here, and that is fine. Other than that, we have created security group. Let's take a look on the security group. What was the security group name? This security group name was grafana.sg, and this is the ID. And these two ports we have opened, ingress, and the egress is all traffic. Okay, let me refresh it again. It's initializing. Meanwhile, we can also test it by refreshing. And all right, let me refresh it again for you. So the default username, as we discussed last time, is this one. And what I'll do, I'll I'll say let's reset it, submit it, user password change, and now we have one Grafana, and we have done nothing other than just uh, launching it using Terraform. So it has done everything for us. So that's the magic we have with Terraform. Whatever you do manually, it's kind of automated now. So it just save your time, and you can implement the same in multiple environments and in even in multiple accounts for multiple applications. Only Terraform with just one Terraform code. So let's go to dashboard. So it has created a dashboard for us, like I told you, because we have defined in the user data. It has nothing, no visualization. So visualization you can add, new panel you can add like this, CloudWatch. You can customize this as well in the user data, but I would say because this is something that you can uh, do manually. And I'll say namespace EC2 CPU utilization. Okay, let's keep it as is. In the dimensions, I'll choose my instance ID. No options found. Okay, let, let's refresh this EC2 console. 3 by 3 squad. And ID, where is the dimension? Oh, region to be south. Matrix. Let's choose this EC2, and let's say CPU utilization dimension. Let me see if I'm getting it now. No options found. Okay, no issues. And the next, meanwhile, it's taking time to get it replicated there. Meanwhile, let's move on to min.tf again in the user data and see what it had. So we just had one dashboard created, and under dashboard we had the sample EC2. So if I go to explore and see here if I'm getting it, let's see EC2 metric name, instance ID, strange. Let me see whether it has created anything further to it. So it just created the EC2 matrix, but ideally it should reflect. Oh, I see. I think what we have done everything, but we have not done what we were supposed to actually automate this as well. I may include this and update this code, which is the IAM role. If you remember, we don't have any IAM role attached to check Grafana for the existing EC2 instances or the matrices from to be fetched from CloudWatch. So we'll go to IAM role. So these are the few things. It's good that we have come across this issue so that we are all aware what is the importance of the role. So, what was that role? Grafana. I already have that role. I haven't deleted it. So, in my last video, I for Grafana, if you remember, in the first video, I would say we created this role and attached it to, and what that role contains. Attached it to EC2 instance, and this role has certain permissions, right? So that's the reason it's mandatory to have this role attached to EC2 instance so that it can fetch the details. So, instance settings. Oh, I'm sorry. Security, modify IAM role, and here we have the Grafana role. Update. Now, if I go to dashboard again, easy to metrics, add visualization, CloudWatch, and then I would say metrics, and then EC2 namespace, metric names utilization. Okay, that is fine. This is expected. Reason being, we may have to again restart Grafana server. Restart doesn't mean reload this page. I have done it like that. Restart means the very last command. If you see systemctl restart Grafana server, you can do it now. Just a second. Give me a minute. Do we have session manager enabled? No. EC2 console. Okay, that's fine. Let me log in through putty and copy this. And I would say oh, putty. And this is the Amazon Linux instance. So EC2 server, EC2 user, sorry, and then auth. I will choose the key. Shankar is what we defined in the Terraform code, and here we are. Now I won't do anything much, just to run this last command. It says failed to okay, I haven't put sudo here. Okay, it's done. Let's refresh the page. Let me see if it is picking up. I think it has already picked up. So if you see the graph, and now it should also be able to fetch the information we needed earlier. CPU utilization. So see, now I have instance populated, and what I would do is to save dashboard. Let's keep it as this. Save dashboard. I could have named it anything like Grafana CPU utilization. To save dashboard. Okay, update time range, update default refresh value. You can choose as per your need, but that's not mandatory. Let me go back to dashboard. Now I have Grafana CPU utilization, and I see the CPU utilization like this. See, so that's the you can remove it manually, or you can. And what if I completely destroy it? So whatever mistake or the miss I had in this video, I would suggest you to just enable it. I would definitely include that IAM role part here, and I would also ask suggest you to just use the files. But if you come across any issues, this is how you can troubleshoot it. Think logically, and since we have done it manually, so we know what all is needed to enable Grafana on EC2 instance, right? So I think that's all I had for this video. Before we go, we can destroy it like this. If you are watching it for the first time, you can simply do destroy, and when you do apply and destroy, and you know don't need to you would like to ignore approval thing, then you can do auto approve. This is already I explained into the Terraform module, Terraform topics. So I'll say auto approve. Even in the case of apply, you can say auto approve. If you think the plan you have seen, the output of the plan, if you think that is okay, then see, it hasn't asked me now. And since my instance is getting terminated, so hence my putty has been disconnected. And here in the EC2 machine, if I again go to the instances, refresh this, it's now going for deletion, and it's deleted. No running instances here. Okay. So even if I don't update the code, make sure you have this role enabled and should be attached to EC2 instance, and then you can refer this particular code. Let's see what it. Okay, it has been destroyed. So my SG should also be destroyed by now. If I go here in security groups, I only have one SG, which is default. We don't have Grafana SG, so that's we are good here. Okay, see, these two instances are terminated. All right, thank you so much for watching.